2020 has been a crazy year,
with the ups
and downs in the economy and even countries going into lockdown situation. Now, I don't know about you, but if I didn't have my emergency fund, then I wouldn't know what to do, is what people would say. Well, what did you do with your money? If you check out your bank account right now, do you still have $10,000 left? If you do you have a plan for it? Because 2021 is coming up, and if that year is also going to be a crazy year, well, do you know what you're going to do with the money? In today's video, I'll be sharing with you the 4 methods that you can use and apply to invest your $10,000 to, well, you get the idea, to make more money out of the money. Because in the end, we don't want to be working for our money ourselves. Well, not too much, of course. In the end, we want our money to be working for money. Oh yeah, and if you stay until the end today, I'll even share with you the best piece of advice that I've ever gotten that helped me to get to where I am today. But for now, let's get into the video. Hey, what's up you guys? Lukas here from excelwealth.com. Great that you joined in today, because in today's video, I want to show you the 4 methods that you should be using, if you have $10,000. But before we go into the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because that's the way how we can grow a community. And of course, if you haven't checked out my latest book yet, it's my book on how I started in my teens with only 25 buckets in my pocket and got to where I am today. So if you're interested in how I did it, be sure to click the link down below in the description to get your own copy now. As for now, let's go into the video. There are so many ways that you can actually invest your $10,000. You gotta see it like this. You've got $10,000. So you might be thinking, woo, $10,000, that's a lot of money. Well, if you don't have a lot of money around, then yes, $10,000 might be a lot. But then again, if you really think about it, $10,000, it isn't that much. And of course, if you gotta do something with it, why not just invest it? Now, the first method of investing your $10,000 is, of course, you gotta reduce your debts. Now, you might be thinking, reducing debts? Really, Lucas? Is that one of the ways? Well, you gotta see it like this. There is no better way to invest your money by paying down the debts that are eating into your wallets. And yes, debts are the things that we already have. Now, for example, credit card debts. Those are the worst because they eat a lot of interest rate from your wallet. Every time again, every year again, the moment you leave it in there. This is why the moment you use your $10,000 to pay off the debts that you have, for example, in credit card or in personal loan, those are the high interest rates that eat into your wallet. The moment you pay those off, I'll tell you this, if you pay off a credit card debt that is 19% of interest rate each year, that's a 19% return. Just like that, just because you paid off that credit card debt. This is why it's good to pay off the debt first. And yes, even for 2021, this is a great way to make a good return. Because, if I would invest in, in cars or in antique stuff, I don't get a 19% return just because I paid $10,000. This is why paying off a debt, I'll tell you this, it's a great way. It's a great way to make a return. This is why paying off debt is one of the first things that I want to mention. Now you might be thinking, okay, Lucas, great, I don't have any debt anymore. At least, the mortgage that I have on my home, it's only like 3% per year. So should I pay that one off as a debt using $10,000? Well, I'll tell you this, that $10,000 doesn't do much on the mortgage since, the mortgage is just, it's a long-term thing. It's totally fine to keep that. So the moment you don't have any debts anymore, or at least not the high interest debt, of course, the moment you have those low interest debts, that's fine. You can keep those. That's totally fine. But the moment you're done with that, the second method that I want to discuss with you is, of course, investing your money. Now, there are a lot of people who say, Lucas, I don't know how to invest my money because it's too difficult. I'm not financially educated. I don't know what I'm doing the moment I go onto the investment on the stock market. And I totally get that. The moment you have that, then why not let somebody else invest the money for you? There are so many platforms out there that do this and offer this service for you. Now, most likely, if you take a look on your local bank, they offer the service like, we invest your money for you, sir. We only take a cut the moment you withdraw. And I get that. But there are so many ways the moment you actually invest your money, they can actually guarantee, for example, like 6 or 7% return annually. That's already better than trying to pay off a low interest mortgage, which is like, I don't know, 3% or so. And therefore, letting somebody else invest for you is even a better idea. And the moment you take out your investment, for example, in acorns.com, the moment you go to acorns.com, you want to take out your money, they take their cut then. The moment you leave it in, they don't mind. They don't take any cuts, they don't take any fees. But the moment you withdraw your money, they're like, oh, wait a second, we'll take 0.5% off your investments. And yes, that might be a huge cut, but you gotta see it like this. Well, they did it for free for you. They invested the money for you. You didn't have to do anything for it. They did it for you. Therefore, you gotta let them take a cut for all the work that they did for you. And therefore, hey, you got a nice return. Maybe 6%, maybe 7%, maybe 8%. And that's the coolest part. Let somebody else do the investing for you. Now, the third method that I want to share with you is, of course, if you don't like other people taking their cuts the moment you try and withdraw your money, then yeah, there's only one way. And that is, of course, learning it yourself. You can actually invest your money by yourself. Now, you might be thinking, Lucas, okay, I can invest by myself. How do I do that? There are so many apps out there that we have here in Europe or even in the US or in the rest of the world, of course. There are so many investing apps out there. It's actually very simple to start out. You can already start with $1. Now, it's not that $1 can really make a difference. Even if you get a 20% return, that's like 20 cents. You get it? So the moment but you can actually start out with only $1 already. That's cool. Now, the advantage with investing yourself is that your money is super liquid. Now, you might be thinking, liquid? Is that the correct word? Well, you gotta see it like this. You gotta compare water like money. You turn on the tap and all the money starts flowing. That's the idea of being liquid. So the moment you want to take your money out, when you're investing by yourself, you can just say, you know what, I'm gonna sell off my stock, and there you have it. You got your money back. That is, on the one hand, it's an advantage. On the other hand, it's also a disadvantage. Because the moment you think, this is not gonna go well for my stock, the moment you think that, then you can actually pull the plug. And that's not the good thing about it as well, because you can pull the plug. Whereas the moment you're investing through Acorns, so let other people do it, they'll tell you, yeah, sorry sir, you got to leave your money in for at least a year. Whereas when you're investing yourself on the stock market, you can pull the plug whenever you want to. You can sell today and you have your money back tomorrow. So if you don't make a good choice, then yes, there's a possibility for you losing your money. And yes, that's something that happened to me in my past. Okay, now the cool part with investing on stocks yourself is actually you can choose either two styles as well. You can actually choose the style of, I want to invest passively. And you can. There's something called the ETFs that actually, you put in your money, there are low fees, and it's easy to actually invest, and you just wait it out for maybe 10 years, maybe 1 year, maybe 2 years, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 30 years. You can just wait a long time, and the ETFs will just do their works, and it will just compound over time, and hey, there you have it. They just, they got your money back. But you could also choose to do it actively and say like, you know what? I'm going to select when I'm going to buy, how much I'm going to buy, and how long I'm going to wait. And the moment I think, ooh, this is actually a good choice, let me take out the money. That is more actively. And yes, there are more chances of you getting a bigger reward, but there are also bigger chances, of course, that you have a bigger risk. And that's actually the share. That's actually the deal that you have to do here. Bigger risk can actually cause bigger rewards, and lower risk actually cause lower rewards. So that's the choice that you have to make. But the fourth method that I want to share with you is if you have $10,000 lying around and you have nice skills that you think, you know what, people would like to buy a service from me. Well, as you can see over here, I got my own computer. And if you can invest $10,000 in your business by buying a good computer, buying, for example, some lighting over here that I have and a good camera, all of a sudden you can start your own business. And yes, with $10,000, it's quite a good amount to start your business, get going, and actually get working with your first clients. And the moment you have your first clients, you can start making money already. So yeah, investing in a business is great because that's what I did as well. You can try and do everything for free. Like, I don't want to buy a new camera. I don't want to buy a new computer. I'll just work with an old computer and that'll just work. Well, I'll tell you this. If you start investing in your business, it'll grow exponentially. It'll grow faster than you'll ever believe it will go. So therefore, investing in your business, if you have a skill to sell, if you think, hey, this is a skill that I have that I can sell off, investing in your business is a great way to get started. And of course, since you stayed until the end, I actually want to share with you the best advice that I've ever gotten that actually got me to where I am today is, of course, invest in yourself. Now you might be thinking, Lucas, really? Is investing in yourself the best advice that you've ever gotten? Well, I'll tell you this, investing in yourself is far better than everything. You can actually start investing in a certain stock, but if you haven't gotten the financial education because you invested in yourself, in knowledge, dude, you're nowhere. In the end, I'll tell you this, time equals money. They always say time is money. And well, in a way, it is true. And they say knowledge equals wealth. Because the moment you have knowledge on something, you can either sell it off or apply it yourself. And yes, the moment your knowledge increases, your wealth increases as well. And now you might be thinking, Lucas, I have great knowledge on ants. Even then, I'll tell you this, if you have all the knowledge on ants, I don't know why I used that example, but if you do, then you'll be the ants expert. And people will reach out to you saying like, wow, you have the knowledge, every knowledge on the ants. And yes, we will be paying you greatly just because you have knowledge that other people don't. So in the end, knowledge equals wealth. And the last bit that I want to share with you is that learning equals growth. If you can learn things that you normally didn't know yet, then yes, what will happen to you is you will grow. This is why these three aspects within investing in yourself is so important. I'll tell you this, you should always start by educating yourself. Learn the things, get more knowledge. And the moment you get that, time will come, and the moment time comes, money will follow. Don't chase the money. In the end, you gotta chase the freedom. The moment you chase the freedom, you find the freedom, money will come along. Don't worry about it. Now, I can actually see you thinking, investing in myself. Lucas, thank you very much for the advice. Now what? Well, that's a very good question. You gotta see it like this. How do you invest yourself? You got $10,000. Well, there are so many courses out there that are offered to you saying like, you know what? Learn a certain skill. Learn about this. Learn about that. You need to make a choice. What would you like to be learning? The moment you've made the choice, I'm gonna use my $10,000 to invest in myself and learn things that I didn't know yet that are gonna make me time, freedom, skills that I can sell off and later on, of course, make money on the long run. If you do that, if you can make the choice, then I'll say, hey, that's the first step already. And this is why investing in yourself is the best advice ever. Thank you very much for watching today's video. If you liked the video, of course, be sure to hit that like button because that's the way how we can influence YouTube's algorithm. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button because that's the way how we can grow a community. And of course, every time a new video comes out, be sure to click that notification bell because that's the way, every time a new video comes out, it'll be like, Lucas got a new video for you, ready to be watched. And then you'll click on it, right? And of course, if you haven't checked out my latest book yet, be sure to click the link down below in the description to get a copy of my book. I'll even share with you right now, the ebook of this book, of course, right now is on special offer. So be sure to click the link down below and get your own copy right now. I thank you very much for watching today's video. I wish you best of luck, happy investing, and bye-bye.